Assalamu alaikum all. Nice to have you again. I hope the last class was easy and I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for me to explain it to you all. And hope also you're not gonna find anything is going harder, inshallah. So I just want to mention that the most important lessons are the first few lessons, like the first one, second, and the third, if you will, focus on on those three lessons and just do your best with them. Gonna be really great, and the upcoming class is gonna be easier, inshallah. So let's start with Bismillah. So last time we finished, or we started, and we until the letter Law. I hope you all remember that we've mentioned the two groups of letters. حروف لثوية, which we call it tongue letters. ث, ذال, and ظا. And the second group we mentioned was حروف الصفير, or Western letters, سين, صاد, and ذا. So each group actually got the same point of articulation, maybe just about the qualities or the صفات. We're going to mention that, inshallah, later. But for now, let's take care of the difference between each group and the other letters. حروف لا because we need the tip of tongue to be touching the tip of the upper teeth, or two upper front incisors. سين, ثا, ذال, ظا. سين, the whistling at the beginning. سين, ذا, صا. Okay, so let's start with quick revision on the letters. So if you remember, just try to come with me. We have first ألف, باء, تاء, ثاء, جيم, حاء, خاء, دال, ذال, راء, زاء, سين, شين, صاد, ضاد, طاء, ظا. Those are the letters that we finished last time, and we said please take care of ta and ta. Take care of ta, ذال, ظا. Take care of sin and sod. They got the same thing, but like sod much heavier. So take care of also like ha and rain that we're gonna mention today. So let's move on and start our lesson of today. First, we have this letter, which is called Ain. Ain. Okay. This again. Ain. So the sound of Ain also got the same point as ha, if you remember. We said the ha comes from the middle part of the throat, so Ain comes from the same part, but we say again, I focus on the tone of Ain because it's a little hard to for non-speakers. So we say ah, ah. This is totally different than eh. Eh is different sound. We have Ain. I sound, which is the Ain letter, and we have A sound, which is the Hamza sound. We're going to come to it. So the next letter, the sister of Ain, is Ghain. Ghain. If you would realize, Ghain is close to the sound of Kha, and also they got the same point too. So we said again, Ghain. Ghain, like Scottish sound. Ghain. Okay. Or to be more close, it is Ghain. Okay. Then this one here that we have, which is Fa, is literally the same as Fa or F in English. So again, the letter is Fa. Then The next one, which is close to the fa, actually, when it comes in the words, like half, half, half. And here, actually, we need to take care of half and half. They are totally different. And mixing between the sounds may ruin the whole word. So we have here half, and this one is calf, calf. Okay, so this is basically close to K sound, but this one is close to R or Q sound. So the next one, which looks like a hawk actually, and this is the letter of lam, 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 the same as L in English. Okay, so just again, lam. The next one here, which is like meme, you can say it's an M letter. Meme is close to M in English. After meme, we've got noon, noon. Again, noon. So it's an N sound. And noon, one of the sister of the ba, by the way, one of the feminine of the ba, like when it comes in the positions, like when we put it in the middle of the word or the beginning, it's going to be the same, but like again, the position of the dot. So don't mix between the noon and the ba. If you remember, ba has a dot, but just the dot was beneath it. For the noon now, it has also a dot, but the dot isn't top of it. Okay. Then the second or the upcoming one is wow. Again, we say wow, not wow. It is wow. So it's close to W in English. So the next one is ha, ha. And here actually a point that we need to focus on it. So this is ha. First, ha is different than the ha, ha. So ha is the H English, the H letter in English, but ha, this one is a little not English, so close to the ha sound, but it's not the same. We have ha and ha, and they also both mixing between them may change the whole word. The second thing about the ha, we have ha in many shapes, like we have this is the ha at the beginning of the word, this is the ha in the middle, and this is the ha at the end, or just this shape that you just saw, the circle. At the end of the word after a med, you have this shape here. Also, need you to differentiate between the ha, those two ha, and this one. And you're gonna ask yourself, oh, so what is the difference? The difference is the dots. Dots actually makes it totally different letter, which is ta marbuta, or circled ta, or hide ta as we call it. Okay, so the letter ta has two shapes. The open one that we all know from the last time, and this circled one, which we call it in Arabic the marbuta. Okay, so if this circle here has no dots, so it's ha. If it has two dots, it's ta. Please remember two dots for ta, and also cough literally. Okay, so we have here the next one, which is given the a sound in Arabic, which is the hamza. Oh, you're gonna ask me, oh, well, how about alif? You told me last time alif is an A letter in English. But like as we said, we last time, if you remember at the beginning, I told you we're gonna consider the hamza and the alif as two different letters. So hamza makes an A sound, but alif just extends it. When it comes to med, we're gonna say the only alif we have is just the alif al-med. All other shapes are just hamza, and they all take a sound. So hamza makes a sound, o or even e. Alif just stretches the sound of a, making it Okay, we're gonna come to this too. The last letter we have is yeah. Yeah, these two are the same letter. Yeah. And also, like, new surprise, yeah is one of the sister of the ba or one of the family of the ba letters. So why we say that goes again, yeah, when it comes at the beginning, you're gonna find it like this. So it's literally the same thing, but like it has two dots beneath. So two dots on top is ta, two dots beneath is yeah, one dot beneath is ba, one dot on top is noon. Three dots on top, maybe the or even sheen, but again, the difference in like teeth that we have the number of the teeth. Like the sheen, if you would focus, we have three teeth. One, two, three with three dots. This is sheen. But like the, no, the, one of the sister of ba had three dots. When we have it in the middle, you're gonna find just one, three, like this. Okay, we're gonna come to the shapes of the letters right now. But before we move, let's focus now on the new group of letters. So this is actually a rule of tajweed, but we need it right now to make sure that we're pronouncing the letters correctly, which is the heavy and the light letters. So in Arabic, we have one of the groups of letters. It's called حروف لثوية. The second group we mentioned, حروف الصفير, and the most important one, which is حروف التفخيم, or the heavy letters. So what we mean by heavy letters, as like those are letters, when we say them, we need to like fill our mouth with the sound, and they got a quality which is called istala. Okay, so we're gonna declare it in details later, but now let's focus. We have heavy letters that we need to make them a little more thick and fill the mouth with the sound of them. But the other letters are just light letters. We say them just normal. Okay. The heavy letters are seven letters, and we have three letters called the letters of tadwir. Like they are coming in the middle. Sometimes they are heavy, and some other times, no, they're just light letters. So the heavy letters today, they are seven letters. So to make it easy for you, let's say there are four, each two of them are sisters. Sod, Lod. This is the first sisters. The second, Ta and Tha. So now we got four out of seven, right? The first again, four letters, each two are sisters. Sod, Lod, Tha, Tha. Then I have two closed letters. And I think you like uh got like a hint about them when we said we have Ha and Ain close to each other, right? And finally the seventh is Qav. So why we have heavy letters and light letters? What's the benefit out of that? The benefit actually, this declares the difference between the sounds, and this like makes you when you read Quran, you read it perfectly, and like declare between the letters and the sound of the whole word, that you're not gonna make the sound ruined, and that you may also pronounce some other word that you don't know the meaning. Like, and maybe the listen, if anyone listening to you would think you're saying like bad words sometimes. So we have again the heavy letters are again seven letters. Four letters, each two of them are sisters. Sod, Lod, Ta, Tha. Then two closed letters, Ghain and Kha. Then finally the Qaf. So why we say like heavy letters? Because the difference in Sod and Sin, for example, the first one Sod. We said, if you remember, Sod is one of the Westland letters and it got the same point as Sin. So Sod and Sin got the same way of pronunciation. One of one of the ways to differentiate between them is the quality of the letters, or maybe it's just the main way. One of the qualities is tafkhim or heavy letters. So Sod is heavy, more thick. You say saw, but for the Sin you say just seen or sa. Okay, so again, Sin, light one close to S. Sod, no, it's more heavier. So there is a difference between the sound of sod and Sin. Okay, like we have the word, let's say, uh, صافرة. We have saw at the beginning. So this is actually one of the words. When you say سافرة, is something different, totally different. Okay, that's why we focus on this at the beginning. From the beginning, we need to focus on this that we have heavy sounds and light sounds. The next heavy one, which is bod. So bod, if you would focus a little more, is close to dal, right? So although they don't have the same point of articulation, but like the sound really close. So one of the ways also is to focus that the dad is heavier than the dal. This is not the only difference, to be honest. We're gonna inshallah come to the difference later. But like for now, let's focus that dal is light, but dad, one of the heavy. We need to differentiate between the two sounds of the dal and lad. Like if I have the word like let me write it. Sudur. This word, for example, is common actually to mix between the sound of the dal and dad, like making the heavy dal instead of making it light. This makes the sound confused with the dad. That's why one of the reasons to focus on the sound or the difference between dad and dal. The next one, ta. And if you remember, I mentioned all the time to focus we have ta and ta. Goes ta and ta got the same point of articulation too. Just ta is more light, but ta is heavier, and ta is applied for quality of istila. So the next one is law. Law, if you remember, also we said it's one of the tongue letters or huruf lathawiyya, and got the same way as pronouncing zal. So the only difference, or one of the differences, law is just more heavier than zal. But technically, if we were gonna just compare between them according to the articulation, no, they got the same point of articulation. So the next two letters, ghain and kha. So we need to focus on the sound of the kha and ghain, that both are different. Goes like I have seen a lot of people saying, like for example, Surah Layl saying وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا يَغْشَى. And this is like way different. Saying yakhsha means fears, and the night is not fearing. Wallayli, Allah swears by the night. So when you say wallayli idha yakhsha, does does the night has feelings? So this is not the meaning, of course. So we have wallayli idha yaghsha with the rain, which means covers. So the night is covering the horizon when it comes, right? That's why we need to focus on the kha and the ghain, and we don't have in Arabic sounds like kha and gha. No, they are always kha and gha. Okay. Finally, the qaf, and we said, like since a while, there's difference between the qaf sound and the kaf sound. We have qa and kaf. For example, if I have the word qalb, qalb means the heart. If I would just change the sound of the qaf by kaf, saying kalb, so this is totally different word, which means the dog. So that's why we need to focus on those 7 letters in a specific, and they are the most important rule ever. Even in tajweed, when it comes, this rule actually like what makes difference between the one who's reading Quran 100% correctly or the one who just knows the rule of the tajweed and not take care of that of them like 100%. You know, you're gonna find a lot of people actually reading maybe whole rules of tajweed really well, and like what makes a real difference is applying the heavy rules, the heavy letters, saying them correctly. Okay, so again, we have today one of the most important rules, which is the heavy letters. Heavy letters again are just 7 letters. So we have again 4 letters each to our sisters: Sod, Dod, Ta, Va, then 2 closed letters, Ghain, Kha, and finally the Qaf. So we kind of gather them in a sentence, or like this sentence for us as speakers, it's like a mnemonic for us, like خصة, ضغط, قذ. Okay. So if you would count those letters, you're gonna find them the 7 heavy letters. And yeah, just I think the easier way or the easy way is to just, as I said, 4 letters each to our sisters, then 2 close, and finally the qaf. So we still have, inshallah, like um, some other rule. We're gonna mention it later because it's not the place for it. So next time we're going to focus on the compound letters. And this means how we put two letters in Arabic together. As we know, like Arabic letters or Arabic words, like let's say if we have an Arabic word, you're gonna see the letters connected, not like English, they're not connected. So we're gonna come to this connection and what the different shapes, why we have different shapes in Arabic, goes this is according to the position of the letter in a word, if we have it at the beginning, middle, or the end. And this is just for today, not to make it long for you. I hope it was clear today, and inshallah, we'll see you next class. Assalamu alaikum.